Good morning, everyone. Welcome. Happy New Year. Happy 2026. Hello, Sheesh Man. Let's go. How you doing? Early shiny. Yes, actually, I'm late. I usually start at 8 a.m. and it's almost 9. But it's a holiday, so I give myself that little gift of waking up a little later. BKR Gaming Studio. Hello. Happy 2026. Happy 2026 to everyone. Part Extreme, hello, man. Hello, people over on all platforms starting to join the live stream. Today we have a special guest, and I hope you'll be able to hear it. He'll tell me himself if it's possible. So Makoto is here, is my super helpful moderator and friend. It's on Discord with me, so he's gonna help me, head moderator. Yes. Can you hear yourself? Did you hear yourself talking? Because that's the only thing that we don't know if it's working yet. If I'm talking to the void or... There's a delay, right? Okay, guys, if you hear... Do you guys hear somebody talking with me? Anybody? You don't hear yourself? Yeah, that's my fear. That was my fear. You need a code for your Subaru cluster. Oh man, I wish I could give you one. It's just... Did you watch my tutorial? It's a little more complicated than I would like it to be. So audio input from Discord is right here in music, so it should be playing through. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's not moving. Go to Discord and maybe let's put the output options into a different output. Like the music, straight to the music. Okay. Say something.
Test 1 2.
Oh yes, now it's working. Yeah, now it's working. So I'm gonna stop the music now and you can introduce yourself again.
What's going on, guys? I'm actually Masato. Even though I go by Makoto, I go by JM on TikTok, and I'm Swayze on Twitch. I'm just Masato. I'm head manager and marketing advisor for Flybrick. Nice to meet you guys, even though you guys have seen me in chat.
Yeah, and he also created the Discord server, so
Correct.
huge shout out to that. Big screen right there. Yes, Part Extreme. It's a 65-inch TV here with 4090. So you can kind of see here the other TV on my right, the other TV on my left here, and back to the center. So this is the TV set I'm using. It's 120 hertz 4K. It works pretty well. I can't complain. So we're gonna play today a little bit different. It's a weekday, I know. I usually play on the weekdays, American Truck Simulator or Euro Truck Simulator 2. But today, I feel like driving in Shutoko Revival Project, which, if you guys don't know, there's a very nice server called NoHesi, and NoHesi is the easiest server to set up. You can just with a few steps, just install new cars, and I'll see in a second if I'll have to install a new car because it will tell me, and it's just a click to install. Super easy. 14090 for all screens, yes sir, 14090, and that's why sometimes I have to lower the frame rate. Oh yes, and here's the good example. You can see here that I need to install an update for one of the cars, and it's just as simple as clicking here, install update. Super complicated. It takes forever. Not. And that's one of the main reasons why I highly recommend people to join NoHesi if they're interested in cutting traffic safely. All right, that is connected. And also what I am going to do, and we'll be able to share the link. Put the link. Is it an analog dashboard? Yes, sir, it is. It's analog. It works with CAN bus. So it will read the data from the game using SimHub and then send it over to this little guy here, which is an Arduino Uno with a CAN bus shield on top. So it will talk CAN bus language and then send it over here which right now, obviously, it's all down. There's no gas, there's no RPMs, there's no nothing because it's not running. The game's not running yet, which we will start to run in a second. And today we'll drive the CT5V, my favorite car, one of my dream cars. And we'll join the server here to get started. La Lula, happy 2026.
I have a pretty dumb dream car, but it was just because my uncle had it.
Oh, which one?
It was the older like was it Krypton lime green Lotus Elise. I think it was like an 06 model I was really liking.
Oh, nice. The Lotus are cool. I like them.
Also, I want to say this is probably the segment of the stream where I can say, everybody, if you are ever curious about getting to know Fly a little bit more personally and meeting everybody that's in the community, I recommend hopping on into the Discord server in which everybody collaborates on questions or setting up their own sim rig. You can pop on down to the link provided, which could be on Twitch or on Flybrick's Linktree page. Once you're there, make your way over to the rules page on #ReadMeRules. Read the rules, pick the platform you're from, click one of the buttons, and it'll let you on in.
Yes, and that's the easiest way to reach out to me. I don't usually read the request, the message requests. Unfortunately, fortunately, I don't know at this point, but I do get a lot of private messages. But I always think it's easier if I answer questions on a public, place so everybody can hear what the question is and what is the answer. Because usually there's questions that people have that are very common. So a lot of people have the same questions, like how do you connect the gauges? How do you build this? How do you connect the buttons and so on and so forth? Hey Nick, hey man, how you doing? Happy New Year. Now you're not just Christmas, Nick. You're just New Year's, Nick. The Nick has joined us as well. I missed you yesterday, man. All right, so we are here in our good old, there we go, Cadillac CT5. So let's get the points down here. Oh, they have a new UI again. They're good at this. I love Nohezi because of that. They're always improving and getting things better. You got 2 tickets? I just read that. CarPlay works? Yes, it does. Let me give you a quick overview over to CarPlay. Let's just wait a minute. Put back here on the main, and then here also because it's desynchronizes sometime for whatever freaking reason, and I never know how to connect it back. There we go. So yeah, the CarPlay works. This is the information about the computer. So CPU, GPU, load, and temperatures. The CPU fan, and then CPU fan here, and a GPU fan, and also memory on the bottom right, and FPS on the top. The FPS is showing as 60 because I don't have the window selected. Now if I go back to the window, I'm going to show the actual game FPS, which is running just about 100 FPS on my triple 4K. I take that as a win because it's pretty heavy to run 4K on all my monitors. And yeah. Oh, nice. Oh, nice. We can resize it so it's live stream friendly. Oh, I love these guys over Nohezi. Give them a try if you haven't yet. They're always improving this.
Thanks for the heart, buddy.
GPU load is going crazy, yes. It usually goes about 80 to 90% over when I'm playing. And let's go outside the car here. Sometimes it goes even higher if I'm doing or if it's raining. If it's raining, that will go even crazier. The rain is usually very demanding, and you can see here all around me. So I have a good connection here on how the window is connected over to my left and right. Here you can kind of see this is a chat window. I kind of zoomed in and get started. Let's back car. And let's get going. I call a Cadillac a caddy. Yeah, the friendly name for it. Get this down here, and let's get going. I probably have to lower the game volume a little bit because I know this one is a little louder. Yes, everything seems to be working fine.
Your conscience prick. Drive into oncoming traffic and drive like a maniac.
So let's see, they changed the points, I think. Yeah, I got my conscience talking to me, guys, today. Yeah, it's no hezzy. How's the 2026 Cadillac? Man, I love it. It's been great.
Donuts.
Oh, I wish I could do more donuts. Gotta learn how to drift. I think my favorite part of the 2026 Cadillac compared to the 2024, which they changed in 2025, is the big screen. Here you can see, I'm gonna move my camera down here. You can see that it's pretty classic GM with the digital gauge and the little infotainment on the right there. With the new Cadillac, it's just a big, long screen. And it looks amazing. I think they improved quite a lot. The rest of the interior is pretty similar. The center console is very similar and everything else. Hey Nick, thank you, man. Is
Really
the
appreciate all the
Defender.
love, guys. You guys are giving Flybrick. Make sure you guys share and follow. You can definitely keep up with Flybrick on his YouTube page, Twitch page, and his Instagram, I think you have.
Yes, I do. I do have an Instagram. Actually, that was how it started. That was my first social media when I started sharing my car and my... But when I got the Volvo S60R and then when I started building the simulator.
I don't do social media. I mean, I deleted mine back in 2016. But, you know, definitely a great way to reach out to him other than Discord, which is the primal way.
Yeah, Discord is more interactive by far. I mean, I'll post something and I'll get literally thousands of comments on Instagram, but it's pretty hard to keep up with all of them, and on Facebook as well. On TikTok, I have about 210,000 followers, 156 or 57 on Instagram, 1,000, and on Facebook it just surpassed like 110, I think, 1,000. So I get a lot of comments. But the best way to talk to me is on Discord. So make sure you join. Make sure you select on the question that shows up there where you came from. Otherwise, you won't be able to talk, and you won't see the channels. So make sure you do that.
I gotta probably change the invite link, which you'll probably have to use from here on out, just so it'll bring them right into the rules. The only reason why I have it set up the way it is so people can't just come in and say a bunch of really mean things and then just leave.
Yeah,
It's
no,
just
I
to
think it's
prevent
good.
people from raiding the server and causing mayhem.
Definitely, definitely. Like we had happened in the past. Ooh.
Sky Chief, yes, it is definitely a whole dash setup. It is 3 4K TVs. It is steering wheel, dash, and all of the front compartments.
Yeah, and everything works here with a bunch of Arduino witchcraft. So not complicated. It sounds very complicated. That's why I'm making tutorials. So I'm sharing all the information with everyone, so everybody can learn how to build it and have fun. Because I think it's fair. A lot of people will build stuff and then gatekeep all the information. I don't think it's fair. Everything we find it's online. Let's get it back. Do you have a whole car set up? It's just the front half, like Makoto just explained. But it's like the front half, if you will. Do you have another setup for other games as well? Parts Extreme, I don't really need another setup. What I do have is another, like behind me there's a desk with a monitor, an ultra-wide monitor that I can play like on a desk environment. And I have a very long HDMI cable that runs my room here all the way to my PC. So I can still play with this PC with a 4090 and the 9950 X3D over on the monitor. It's a 2K monitor. I don't really see the need for a 4K there, but it works quite well. And whenever I want to play, I play Age of Empires quite a lot. I like playing Indiana Jones with my daughter. We played together. What else? Agent 47, I always like that one. So a few other games, I do play them, and I play them on my desk, not here on the car. It would be weird, but it's possible. I could play here with a triple TV.
Now, are you
Age
going to
of
do an
Empires.
official stream for GTA 6, or what's your plan?
Oh, GTA 6? Oh, heck yeah. I mean, if they come with a out-of-the-gate support for the steering wheel, because I don't know if everyone is aware, but you can play with the steering wheel on GTA 5. But you do need to put mods and a bunch of things. If that'll be the case, then it'll take a while until somebody figures out and puts a mod out that you can actually just, you know, use it. So depends on the support they give to us.
Well, yeah, but I also would say that it'd be a good idea to kind of expand on the whole kind of car life with other games that have relatively two cars, I think. Because the thing is also as well, flatlining when it comes to content, which I've noticed because I've worked with other content creators. If they kind of do similar, can't freaking speak today. Oh my goodness. If they do the similar content over the span of 4 to 6 months, a lot of flatlines unless you do something that makes you viral. So I thought, hey, we may actually expand on things that might make you bigger, like other games like Car Mechanic, or like flashing lights, or other games that could make you relative to when it comes to cars. Just
that'd be fun. Oh, look at that! Look what we have here, Itchy. Itchy's in the chat. Hi, man. Happy New Year, my friend.
What's going on, Itchy?
Yeah, Itchy Sim Racing. If you guys don't know him, check him out. He's on TikTok, also on Facebook. I saw your growth there on Facebook, my friend. Congrats, dude. Totally deserved. And I wish you the best in this year that's coming. And you've been in the 2026 for about 12 hours more than I. So how's it going so far? Happy New Year, bro. Thank you, Lee. Thank you for that, man. Ooh, that was too tight.
Speaking of this new year, I think one of the first things I'm looking forward to, other than GTA 6, is actually the World Fair. You know, the 250th anniversary of America. They're going around to, all the major cities.
Yes, I heard about it.
It's going to be like a traveling fair that's going to be massive. So they're probably going to be setting up in either convention centers or just a massive field, which I know there's one where I live. So hopefully they come to my town, because that would be so much damn fun. I miss going to fairs, dude. I miss, what is it, carnival food.
Oh, carnival food. Yeah, those are a guilty pleasure.
Just looking at it. Oh man.
Totally. BeamNG, Frankie. Yes, I do play BeamNG. I have it on my computer here. It's one of my top 3 games. I don't put in a specific order as I'm hitting everybody here, but they're all my top 3 games. BeamNG.drive, Assetto Corsa, and American/Euro Truck Simulator. I put that in one single category because one single game, because it's the same game. I mean, it's the same engine, the same UI, the same everything. The only thing that's changed is the scenario and the truck. So, yes, BeamNG is a lot of fun here. It works as well. I'm playing a little bit of Assetto Corsa today. Might go on BeamNG over the weekend. That's usually when I like to go and have fun on BeamNG, crashing cars. Itchy, thank you, my friend. Thank you for the popular.
I also will say that possibly, I think when PC version of GTA 6 and or the game comes out, it might not be streamable on Twitch or any platforms for a while.
The one problem also GTA usually have for streaming is the music. So you usually have to turn off the radio thing on
audio settings and stuff like that. Yeah, but I think the game right off the bat other than being cartoony, which is what GTA 5 was, GTA 6 actually might be very, very vulgar, like very realistic. So
Oh yeah,
we might be looking at something that like Twitch might have to be like, hey, you can't stream that right now until we kind of work out a policy for it. Same thing with
that is
TikTok,
true.
and YouTube can flag it automatically as like, you know, guts and gore and whatnot,
Yeah, that's
intense
true.
violence, which they don't allow on the platform.
Which is fair. I mean, it's fair. You get kids watching, and being a father, I'm always worried with what my daughter is doing on social media. So that's why we control it a lot. But it's always important to have some help from the platform. We're not doing the
Mhm.
job alone. We got to do our job. Do I play F1? Yumi, yes, I do play F1. Not the F1 game, the official Codemasters one. I usually play on Assetto Corsa. I have a few F1 cars. It's a lot of fun. I love playing F1. Just that compared to all the types of cars I like driving real cars. That's the top one. That's my favorite thing to do on a simulator, is driving like real road cars. Then second, that would be trucks / GT3 cars. I put them in the same second place. Then in third place would be the open wheel cars, F1, F2, or IndyCar. I like IndyCar racing as well, as much as the next guy. I grew up watching F1. I'm Brazilian, so Ayrton Senna was my true hero when I was, a child, and I'm definitely a big fan of F1, but I don't play it as much as, as a lot of other sim racers do.
Now, Yummy on TikTok says, "What do you think of Competizone?"
Competizione, the Assetto Corsa, I like it as well. I like the GT3 cars a lot. And the game Assetto Corsa Competizione is very good. I like the physics. I like the way it behaves. I love Nordschleife, the way they built the track. I never been into the real track, but from what I've seen from Misha's videos on Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram, it looks very, very close, and it is just a lot of fun. I like GT3 cars. My favorite one to drive there is the Aston Martin GT3. Pretty cool car. Sounds great. A lot of fun to drive, and I also do prefer games that I can fix the camera, and that's one of the games that I can actually get the camera perfect. Kind of like here. Although there is a little trick that I have to do to get the camera right here for you guys to be able to see what I'm seeing in a good way. I'll show you a trick that I don't think I've showed in during the live stream. So here's the trick. So you can see, you would imagine that the TV is, has a center. Usually the games are made to be played in the center of a monitor or a TV, right? So what that means is the car be skewed towards the right in my setup because I'm sitting towards the left. So I'd be looking towards the center if I'm driving here in my position. So to counteract that, what I had to do is measure the distance from the center of the TV, and there's about 13 inches, 12 to 13 inches here from the center to where my eyes are. And I moved the window on my triple TV towards the left just about 10 inches. I move a little bit less because I compromise a little bit. Otherwise, I will be able to see with my peripheral view. So I'll show you what I mean. So here is the other TV. You can see where my rear view mirror is, right? If I move the camera a little bit further, you're going to see a little bit of my wallpaper. And that is the offset in order to make it possible for you guys and me to be looking at a more correct point of view. So instead of looking towards the right, I'm looking to the center with a little bit of a compromise. So I am looking, if I would put in in a measurement, maybe about 3 inches off to the right, but that's still very doable. I don't feel like I'm going driving crabways or sideways.
So Sebastian Brandt 1503 says, "Love the setup, man. Super awesome. All you need is a blue neon light and you're set."
That'd be cool.
And Tristan, this is Assetto Corsa.
Yes, Assetto Corsa.
You
have to buy
some reflective lights on top of your PC that like shine down.
Yes, I do. Actually, I do. It's the Philips Hue. I can actually show it. the Philips Hue are on top of my simulator. They can become blue. They're not going to be neon blue, but they're going to be like color. And it helps with the immersion. But since I'm live streaming, I have to keep the lights on so you guys can see the dashboard and platforms don't think that I'm driving like for real, because it gets more realistic. Alexa, turn off studio. This is how it looks with the realistic lights. So you see I'm in the tunnel, the lights are kind of going like on a little bit of a yellow hue, and as soon as we drive out of the tunnel, you'll see it going back to like a daylight setup. Get to the end of the tunnel here because it's a long tunnel.
I love how a lot of the 80s Japan, like northern Japan, like Tokyo tunnels remind me of like New York's Lincoln Tunnel.
Yes, it does, right? Oh, look, right now you're going to see it. It's going to change the light. And it becomes more of a, you know, a little bit more clear. It's obviously a little toned down because of the camera settings, because I need to get the brightness level low on my computer, and the camera needs to capture the light and the whole thing here. It's a high dynamic range setup here. But yeah.
Also, Shadow, to answer your question, he says still if they allow expired IDs, then maybe, but that's a big maybe. Shadow, personally, I think when it comes to probably validating for GTA 6 is they're going to probably use what everybody's using now when it comes to government associations, which is Real ID. So that's like a very legit way to show that you're, you know, of legal age. But unfortunately, a lot of companies nowadays are doing it just to harvest data, which I don't approve of.
And Billy Bones asked if it took some getting used to driving in a simulator. It made him dizzy. So I am very sensitive to being dizzy if I'm driving on a VR headset. VR headsets are a big no for me. Unfortunately, I get really nauseous if I'm driving on a VR.
Legs, man.
Ah, man, it's not, dude. I've tried. I swear. I tried over 6 months. All the little tips, like tried a little bit every little, you know, a little bit every day, and I tried all that. I get sick, and it's one of those sickness that doesn't go away as soon as I stop. It just gets, you know, me really yucky for maybe a couple of days.
Are you just playing one specific game and then trying to do stuff, or?
When I tried, like, for a few, like, I'd say I tried for a few weeks consistently. It was just with Flight Simulator. It was when I was practicing more for my real flight. And it was, no, I just can't handle it.
What, the best way, because I'm a VR junkie, so you've come to the right guy. I'm a huge VR junkie. One of the best ways to, like, slowly, and I mean like ramp, like slow incline your way into it, is start very, very small and then work your way up. So one of the best ways to actually get used to VR in some degree is actually watching platform content. Like if you're on the Quest, watch YouTube videos and like have like that 3D theater environment and do that. And then over time, you'll adjust to it, because for me, I mean, yeah, it took me like probably closer to 10 months to over a year just to get used to VR and not get dizzy.
Oh, wow.
But for me, I mean, like I've said, I've lived all up and down the East Coast, so I'm used to looking at a movie screen attached to the back of a car and watching movies while the car goes by. So I'm kind of a little bit more adjusted to motion sickness, so I don't get motion sick.
Yeah, I gotta try that. But at the end of the day, I just got so used to having the triple that I'm like, I like this, and I like having the buttons here, and, you know, being able to find the buttons and quickly. I will give you one thing over the VR. It's a lot of fun when you're driving on a VR headset with the same car you're driving in real life, like here. I've driven the S60R in the Assetto Corsa, and it's funny because you see the interior of the car, right, when you're on the VR headset. And then I can just, by looking, find the right button, which is crazy. So I can go straight to the hazard lights if I need to when I'm driving with the VR headset.
And you can just one-to-one conversion, which is just...
Yeah.
It makes it way much more immersive. Oh, it's just insane.
Sebastian asked, how much did I pay for all of this? Sebastian, I spent about $700, $300 in car parts, another $400 or so in hardware, so wood, metal, carpet, arduinos, that kind of stuff. And if you go to my YouTube channel, which you are on, you'll be able to see the tutorial. So I have a 45-minute long tutorial and a bunch of other small tutorials talking about everything you need to know related to building a setup like this. So I'm making more videos in 2026. I will update my making a steering wheel in 2026. I am going to make this one. This is a brand new steering wheel that I just bought a couple weeks ago. And I don't know if you guys recognize the steering wheel, but it's from my Cadillac GT5, this one. In fact, well, the steering wheel is not there because I removed the steering wheel for the game, but the steering wheel, it would be this one, which is a lot of fun. This is the same steering wheel that I have in my real car. The only difference is this is not a real V. Doesn't have the V button here. It has a mute for the audio, and also it's missing the V here, down here, and the carbon fiber. But, you know, aside from that, it's the same steering wheel. I have the Super Cruise, so I will try to get the lights here on the top here. You can kind of see the shine. This is the Super Cruise lights. To get the green, I think it has 3 colors, green, blue, and red, to be able to use as a shift light. I have the pedal shifters here in the back. So this came from a Cadillac Escalade. So it's a little different. The steering wheel is the same, just the pedal shifters are different, and the V is missing. But I'll be making a conversion for Moza. So Moza is our new sponsor for the channel for 2026. I'm gonna move here as I'm crashing all over trying to drive with my knee, and I just got pit maneuvered by an AI. It happens. Let me go back to the pits. So right there, you can see a Moza steering wheel. So this is an old one that I have. They're gonna send me new stuff, and I am very happy to share the build process for the Moza. So essentially what I'm gonna be doing is putting the quick release here in the back, then using an ESP32, which is just like this guy here. The ESP32 is gonna be in here somewhere, and I will connect the buttons to the ESP32 so I can have all the buttons working, just like I have here on my Volvo steering wheel. And there's a company called Zen Carbon that is kindly sending the airbag cover that's going to come here on the top. And that's going to be super awesome. With the Cadillac logo, going to have some red stitching and leather. It's actually better than my real Cadillac. I joked around with them that I will probably just use that in my real car.
All right, La Lula. Have a good one. Take care.
I'll see you later, La Lula. Sorry, I got here on explanation. Hey, Aviation! Hello, man. Hey, Nick. You're on YouTube now. Nice, man. Shadow Wolf said, using a ghetto phone VR can help with that. I spent at least a good 5 hours on mine before I called it quits. I used the phone VR for about 2 years on and off, and I don't get dizzy now. Nice. That's another tip to try. How did your gaming story start, or more what you got into gaming, Sebastian? That's a great question. I don't get that a lot. So I've been a gamer since childhood. I'm a 44-year-old guy, and I grew up with video games. My first video game was an Atari 2600. Yes, I'm that old. And my favorite game there was Enduro. I don't know if you guys ever seen Enduro. It's an old car game. Drive this little car in the center that goes over like on a dark roads, on the snow, on the daylight, and you have to just swerve traffic, just pretty much like this one. And obviously I grew up playing that. Start driving here, I'll continue talking. So I grew up playing that, playing Super Monaco GP on Genesis in the US, or Mega Drive in Brazil. That's how we called that video game there. Then I moved to PC, so I played good old Indy 500, NASCAR from Papyrus, 1992, GP 1, 2, 3, all the GP games. I played more car games that I can even remember now. Obviously, all the Need for Speed, Underground, Hot Pursuit, and whatever.
Hot Pursuit 2 is still on top.
Those are great games, classic games.
But Hot Action Cop, dude, when it came to the soundtrack.
GTA, I mean, I played GTA, the classic one, the original GTA 1, before GTA was famous. Like, I literally used to play hours of that. So I
The
always
top
been
down?
a car guy. Say again?
The top down or the
Yes, a
3D?
top down. Yeah, the very first one.
Oh.
And then like obviously as you grow older, you go to college and you know start a family. I slowed down my gaming, and in 2020 with the pandemic, I just, as a lot of people, stuck at home, didn't have a lot to do, and I always wanted to have a steering wheel. I never had one myself, like a real steering wheel to play with games. So I decided to buy one, and I bought the Thrustmaster T300 RS. That was my first steering wheel. And being a crazy dude that I am, the first thing I thought to myself, I can't use it on a desk. That'd be awful. That was my line of thought. So I went to the garage and I built a 2x4 rig, because that's what I had in my garage, a bunch of 2x4s, scrap. And I built, and I didn't have a chair. So I used an IKEA chair that I took the wheels out, so it just kept the chair part, bolted to the rig, and it was very uncomfortable. Very uncomfortable. And so I thought to myself, well, let me buy a seat, a racing seat from, video games. So I went on the internet and I noticed that every car seat for racing, sim racing, it was like $300, $400. I was like, God, no, that's too expensive. And then I decided, well, what if I go to a junkyard, I buy a driver's seat or a passenger seat, doesn't matter, and bolt it there and just use that to play. It's gonna be comfortable. I'm old and my back's gonna be happy. So I went to the junkyard and I went to a pick and pull, which was the first time I've been in a pick and pull. And the guy was like, I asked him, how much is a driver's seat or a passenger seat for a car? He was like, $25. Okay. And what if it's leather? Then it's $35. Okay. So I bought that, brought home, and then it was it was a money pit. Just a rabbit hole got, deeper and deeper, because I decided, well, if I bought the seat, I can buy the dashboard. And that's how I bought the first dashboard, and then I put the buttons had to work, and the gauges had to work, and everything had to work. And then I'm working on this thing for about 3 years now, and I'm still here and teaching you guys how to do it because I think it's so cool. That's a brief story that I made it very long, so I'm sorry if I missed a few messages. Can you
You're all
later
good.
check?
I'll read them over, Slovak. Happy New Year to you too, man. Good to see you. Slogi, Happy New Year to you as well. Welcome in, Vane. How you doing?
All right, guys, and yeah, that's my story. That's my sim racing story.
Here's a good question for you. What are your thoughts on the future of FSD?
FSD, is it
Full
the
self-driving.
GTA?
Full self-driving, like Tesla.
Oh, full self-driving. Man, I'm not one of those purists. I think there's room for both. I used the Super Cruise on my Cadillac. I used it. I'm guilty. There's a lot of people that will
lane
go like,
assist, stuff like that.
yeah, it's pretty good. It's not like the full self-driving from Tesla, but it does a very good job. You can take your hands off the wheel and let it drive for you on a highway. And I think when you're on a highway and you gotta, I'm a law-abiding citizen. I don't have a single ticket. I never had a ticket, not even traffic violations. But when I'm on the road, I'm not gonna be cutting up traffic, going fast, and doing all of those sort of things. So, the thing just driving for me, it's very comfortable. Even if I keep my hand on the steering wheel and I'm paying attention and all that good stuff, it's still an added layer of comfort. So I'm okay with that. I'm okay with full self-driving. No ATS today. Lynn would know. Today we're going to play a little bit here. I don't know if we might just jump into BeamNG later or maybe even ATS. I don't know. We'll see how that goes. I'm just having fun a little bit. It's been a while. Might go to Nordschleife for a lap or two. I don't know. I need to relearn. YouTube needs to relearn the algorithm because it's pretty darn low today. And even the TikTok is not as good as it was yesterday. But, such is life.
It's no big deal. I think, what's going on, baddies? How you doing today? Welcome in. I'm doing good, Vane. Glad you're having a good New Year. Good to see you. British GK says on TikTok, what is your highest score?
Oh, the highest scores. I don't recall. I think it was 1 billion something. Let me check. My best, I don't remember. Start leaderboard. Is that a leaderboard? No, it's on the main page. Not on the main page. Home. It's here. Yes. 1,111,920,719. I'm on the top 4% of no hezi. And I've been playing for a long time now. I've driven over 5,000 kilometers. I think it's more. I've been driving a lot here. My favorite car has been the Porsche GT3 RS. It's going to change for a Cadillac because I've been driving that a lot. I've crashed 3,000 times. Oh man. Shadow Wolf, AI, this is AI that nobody realized that Skynet's closer. I agree, man. There's a lot of, not Skynet per se, but I think there's a lot of things that we're not realizing that we're going to get in trouble because of AI in the future. Thank you, Sebastian. You don't trust the self-driving stuff? Yeah, it's weird in the beginning. It gets better. British GK 205 million. Oh man, it's just, keep practicing. It's not that complicated. I will give you like some of my tips. I know that I'm not, the top 4% sounds like great, but there's people with billions and billions of points. They're pretty good. So let's get started, and I'll give you a quick rundown of what I do, and it might work for you as well. So going here on the road, so what I try to do is you try to drive at a regular pace. So find a speed, and usually the speed will be between 100 and 120 miles an hour, maybe, a little more, a little less. Find the gear. So I usually keep on 4th gear because this is where I'm going to keep within that 120 miles per hour, and then try to cut while moving, between all the lanes. Try avoid just kind of stitching in one lane, like doing this will give you points, but less points. It works, but the best way to do is going wide. Go to other lanes, like go here, then go back here, then go to the other lane, and then go all the way to the other lane. Avoid going to the white line right here, because this will reset your points or stop them. So this helps a lot. And try not to go too fast. Speed is your enemy here. You don't need to cut super fast, but you need to be consistent. Like go and take the small gaps, go back there, and then go. If you're doing this, you're going to see the point multiplier is going 67 when I do that. And then don't be afraid to use your brake, because a lot of people will go like just full send, and that is not a good idea. So like if you cut traffic like this, you're going to see your points going higher and higher. And obviously try to avoid hitting cars, but try to be as close as you can from their side view mirrors. Now I'm going to this lane, then you go to that lane, here. And try to make your turn adjustments not too dramatic, because otherwise you're going to lose your rear end. I'm going a little more dramatic here, but like this, and then you go like that, and you go back here. See, we are at 19 million points, 22 million. It's just gonna keep going. You see the aggro multiplier? That's when you're doing like all the cutting from different lanes. That'll help your points. That will give you more bonus. And although I'm with heavy traffic, I don't know, it kind of looks not so heavy now. You go back there, here, and if you do this, it's gonna give you more points. Ooh, no.
Nick, thank you for that. Seriously, if you guys really like what Flybrick does with his simulator and his whole rig, make sure you follow on Twitch, follow on TikTok, and subscribe on YouTube, and hit that bell notification so you don't miss a single live stream. This stuff he does weekdays, and he kind of hangs out on Saturdays. So if you guys are ever around, come on in or join the Discord. We all have a huge community where everyone does this.
Yes, sir. Double tap to like the live stream, because YouTube has been hard lately on me. Is that America? No, this is Japan. That's why I'm on the left side of the road. And this is a highway called Shuto Expressway in Japan. and it's mapped here in a game called Shutoko Revival Project.
I think they
it's
pronounce it Stocke, I think.
Oh, is it? Oh, I've been
Yeah,
pronouncing wrong.
I speak a little bit of Japanese. I'm not like super fluent, but you know. Then you've also seen me ramble off in other languages, so I'll keep quiet.
I don't know Japanese, so I'll take your word for that. And it has 190 kilometers here of roads in this game, so you can kind of see it's a lot of road. You can drive here for hours, literally, and not go in the same place. Yeah, we're 95 million points right now, and I think I'm just one small crash from zeroing, so I don't know if we're gonna hit the 200 million, but keep going here.
I think it'd be really funny if they actually have you navigate like a real life New York highway. Yeah, good luck on that. Like you're not going anywhere.
There is I think there's a map for New York. I forgot the name now. But it was paid, so I never paid for it. Didn't want to, because Shuto is the map here on Assetto Corsa, and I don't know why they charge it. I mean, I understand some Patreon, support if you want to support the creator, but just keep the price lower. It was pretty expensive. I don't remember how much it was, but it was more than I wanted to pay.
Sinister Mark, this is Assetto Corsa.
With a bunch of mods, man, but it's Assetto Corsa, yes, and it's on Steam. So we got 244 million points right now, and just going, higher and higher. My 1,111,000,000 points was during a live stream as well, so there's that. My attention is kind of divided between driving and reading comments and answering comments. Thank you, Nick. Yes, I don't know how much is on Steam, but if you do buy it, make sure you buy the full version, like the one with all the DLCs. It's not going to be that much more, and it's needed to play in some servers.
Right now, Assetto Corsa, the base game is on sale, 75% off. The entire, what is it, like the Ultimate Edition, right? Or is that?
Yes, that's the one you need to in order to get.
Currently $18 right now.
$18, that's not bad at all. On who Speed Hunters hired for them to go realistic, and if I just need to animate. I don't know, man. That's a good question. Oops. Oh.
Have you actually, speaking of anime, have you actually watched any car anime?
I have not. No. There's was the Speed Racer considered one?
That's Japanese traditionalized anime, but in the West we labeled it as a cartoon when it got dubbed over here in the West. But I was thinking something more along the lines like Initial D. Like that's people will probably go off when I talk about Initial D, but yeah, Initial D is one of the great ones. And then the new show that came out last year called MF Ghost, which is actually about the dude from the first anime teaching the new generation how to drive in these races.
Huh, didn't see that. No. I don't know, I grew up not very much into Japanese culture, cartoons, series. I had Jaspion when I was a kid. Then when I got older, they had those, was it Power Rangers? And all the anime movies and all that. I used to think, and I know I'm going to get a lot of heat for that, I used to think the animation of the Japanese cartoons were very sloppy. Like they're, when they want to show tension and they would like, pause the frame and kind of zoom in a little and put a sound. I thought it was so weird when I was a kid, but I do appreciate the style. I think it's pretty cool now that I'm a grown adult.
The Japanese anime, when they went to like depict like emotion, I don't know like who came up with the creative design of Japanese standardization when it came to anime, but anime pretty much became the main form of a lot of things when it came to product placement or things for children and teaching things. Like there was Dopaman, I think it was, that taught kids like in this cartoon, look both ways when you cross the street, hang on to adult's hand when you walk across the street, trust the police officer, blah blah blah, all the all the good stuff you need to know. But yeah, no, a lot of they used a lot of single frame techniques where a lot of it was they did cartoons at like a lower frame rate. But that was also like way back when. That's like what, 50s, 60s. And now modern day anime like wipes the floor. Some of these animes running beautifully at 4K 60.
Yeah.
Demon Slayer to be one of them. Demon Slayer's so pretty.
Oh, yeah. Oh, we have a question here. Does the radio work? Yes, it does. Crafting D, John. So the radio works, the FM, AM, 6 CD changer, and audio coming from the computer here. They all work. Right now, I'm listening through my headphones. Obviously, I'm not hearing through the speakers because I don't want to bother my whole family here while I'm live streaming with the sound of a V8 screaming down in Japan. But whenever I'm, alone and I want to hear it out loud, I have a very large speaker underneath the dashboard here, and it's a lot of fun. Am I using a V60R? So no, the interior you see here is an S60R, the sedan, although it's identical to the V70R. So the 2001 through 2009 P2 platform, the interior from the S60 and the V70 was shared. So it was the same interior. This one could be a V70R or an S60R. In this case, in this particular case, I got the parts from an S60R. So that was what was on the yard when I got it. And but it's similar. It's actually the same. Now the V60 is the P3 platform. The newer models, the Ford era Volvo, which is, oh no, it was doing good. I just grazed the bumper there, but in any case. Yeah, so the S60R here. Have I played Grid 2? I have not. I have not. At what point is it too much, Get Back? At the point where you don't want. It's a personal choice, man. It's a hobby, and as long as it's fun for you, it's not too much. So when it becomes too much is when you are either, getting into debt for a hobby, or you're getting stressed over a hobby. Any hobby, that's for anything, like fishing. That's the same thing. It's just that this is my hobby, one of my hobbies. I like to tweak with the electronics here, get the buttons working and all of that good stuff, so I can just press buttons, wipers, and all that stuff. And it becomes too much when you're, you think it's too much. Thank you, Nick, for answering the questions there. Let's see. LOL, speaking of 4K, anyone here have a 3500 TV that supports the infamous 8K? Oh, man. $3,500 for an 8K TV? Nah, man, thank you very much. I don't think I'll be doing that. Let me move this here. We have a new... Oh, that's cool. You can resize it, so it can kind of work. It'd be cool if you have a transparency setting here, so this looks like those heads-up display. I just saw that. Use your blinker. You're right, man. I should be using my blinker. We'll start using here. Can kind of...
Yeah, we did see that you made a message there, gaming. You're all good. I know that Fly does check his DM messages after the stream, so just keep that in mind. But once again, he does prefer that you reach out to him in the server rather than DM messages, because he doesn't get out to them until much later.
Yeah, and to be very honest, all my messaging notifications from apps are all silenced. Otherwise, I'm one of those people that will lose focus. If I'm working and I get a DM and I try to answer it right away, I'll sidetrack. I'll go on a side quest. To talk in gaming terms, and on that side quest, I'll not do my job, or I'll not do what I was doing. So I try to avoid. So even on Discord, sometimes I miss messages for days because I don't check it. So, Nathan Gillespie. So we have a connoisseur of cars here that thinks Volvos are rubbish. Volvos are amazing cars, underrated, and some sheeps that just love German cars will not recognize that. But the Volvo S60 T8 does 0 to 60 faster than my Cadillac CT5V. So yeah, not rubbish at all. And I've owned 9 Volvos in my life, so I'm pretty comfortable of defending it.
Pretty sure
fast.
You said Volvo have also saved your life as well, haven't they?
It did, yes it did. So if there's one thing that Volvos aren't, is rubbish. They're pretty cool cars. All the cool people that understand cars love it. You can check Misha. He drives in Nordschleife for a living, over 1,000 laps a year. He owns a Volvo Polestar, and he loves Volvos.
What I will say is I don't really like the new Subaru designs of their like Forester. I like the old like 2000s Foresters. That's my own personal opinion though.
The Subarus?
Like the old Foresters, like the old like hatchback caddies.
Oh, I see. That's crazy. I didn't know it was fully functional. I thought it was just for visual. That's crazy, bro. Yes, everything you see here, there's absolutely nothing on the dash, on here on the center stash. There's nothing that's for display. All the buttons work. If I map them... I'm sorry? What? Other than the AC. Yes, everybody asks about the AC. I swear to God, I am... I don't know if I'm going to do that this time. But I'll eventually get a fan here hooked up so I can just brag. Does the AC work? And then I turn the knob here and it'll start blowing the fan. I'll put those little, things here to show that the fan is moving because I don't really need it. But eventually, yeah, I'll get it working. Oh, what was that? That was a glitch.
I think the AC should be one of those nifty things that like should be able to be controlled by chat, don't you think? Something where like they can like use a command or put money in to turn on the AC.
That's not a bad idea. And that's totally possible. Totally doable.
And also I think you should probably, when you do that, tape like little paper mache pieces of strands to the AC so people can see that the air is coming from it.
That's a good idea. Oh, we got somebody here in the server. Oh, look at that. Who's here? Nice. So somebody saw the link. Oh, you can go in front of me. I don't know if you're listening through the live stream, but then we can all see you. I'll just put my blinkers on so they understand what I'm doing. Yeah, there's a person behind me here. There's my camera. There we go. Right there. Daffy. Hey, you played with me in the past. Yeah, I didn't change the link, so it should work. Nice. Move this a little higher. And let's go back inside the car.
Does Chrysler still make the Crossfire anymore?
Crossfire? I don't think so. Rick Rogers, what car am I driving? So I'll put this on the display here. It's going to be showing here now. It's the Cadillac CT5V Blackwing. One of the best cars out there today on the road, by far. An amazing car, super cool car, 6-speed manual transmission, and I just crashed here. Shadow Wolf, I'd take a Volvo over a Hyundai, Honda over a Subaru, and Toyota and Nissan always par with each other. Yeah, man, I mean, and you know, let me get this very straight. I respect all cars. All cars. Oh, would you drive a Smart? No, I wouldn't, but I respect people who like a Smart car, the little tiny Smart. A Renault Twingo. Yes, heck yeah. Well, if you like it, by all means, drive it. So anybody can like whatever cars they like. You know, talking, down anybody's preference of a car is so ridiculous because there's so many styles. JDM cars, there's muscle cars, there's big sedans, luxury sedans, convertibles, vans, minivans. So have you guys seen the Pacifica with a Hellcat engine that was just, on YouTube? That's pretty insane. I mean, why not? So, dude, select whatever you like and be happy with it.
Also, what's also really, really cool, I had like, I don't know, I think it was like a solid 4 months about this where I would, I would go off about this stuff. I can't remember what the word is, but I would be so like attached to it and talk about it. But side-by-sides, like UTVs, like Polaroid, or not Polaroids, but what are they called? Like the Defender that's on there. I think other companies, I want to say Polaroid, but it's not Polaroid. Those are cameras. But the side-by-sides, the ones you see on like ranches and farms and stuff like that, you can make those street legal. You can put like what, 10 grand down on a whatever they're called, UTV, for a side-by-side, and put another $300 to $900 on a conversion kit. And in most states here on the East Coast, they're street legal. You can drive them out on the open roads, which then you have to just insure it, put a license plate on it, and you don't really have to make a lot of payments. It's much cheaper, easier to maintain, and if you're like not going too far and you're not traveling too far, most of them go up to about 60 miles an hour, and you just to and fro, and boom. It just saves a lot of money on gas and stuff too.
It's all fair game, I think. Gets back. How can you join? On my link tree, there should be a link to my server. I don't remember if it's still there, but I think it is because he joined it, and I didn't put the link today. Oh, I did put the link today in the beginning of the live stream, didn't I? Yeah. Let me put you. Oh, you're on TikTok. I can't copy and paste. Let me see if I can put here.
Yeah. So what you're gonna do, get back, is you're gonna actually tap Flybrick's profile, and there's in his bio there actually is the link tree, like right there. You click the link tree, the top option, which is the car picture, says "Come play with me while live." That's the server link.
And Holden is better. I love Holden, man, but it's a GM, so it's still, you know, within the realm. I think it's Holden, right? You're missing an L there. The Australian brand. I think they stopped the production of Holdens, didn't they? They had the UTE SS. That was an amazing car. V8, little pickup car truck. I don't know how they call it UTE in Australia, and we have them in Brazil as well. Like, it's like a body of a car with a pickup bed in the back, so it's not like a huge truck. It's just a pickup. The Chevy C10 step side. 9 out of 10. Everyone makes those illegal. Morning, Atlantis. How you doing? Welcome to the live stream. We're gonna go, I think, to Nordschleife a little bit, but I'll finish here the run into here. It's been a few days since I've driven there in the rain, in the beautiful rain in Germany. Lexus is nice. Yes, I like Lexus as well. There's one thing about me, though. I like all Japanese cars. I like the JDM cars. I like the, you know, the Subarus, the Imprezas, the Eclipse, you know, all the Mitsubishis. They're all cool. The Nissan, you know, the Godzilla, amazing car. But I wouldn't own one. I don't know. Just me. I'm more into the European, German cars and Swedish cars. I like the American cars. I like Cadillacs, obviously. What else do I like? Ford. I owned a Ford. It was my first car, actually. A Ford Escort. 1995. Been a minute. Yes, Atlantis. I was out on vacation, my friend. So I was out for about a month. Not a month, sorry. About 15 days. And then a week before I was traveling. So, you know, chances are you missed my live stream because I just had like one live stream or two live streams before in the period from my business trip to my vacation trip. I've been... December I almost did not live stream at all. Maybe 5 days, 6 days, if so. Thank you, Nick. Thank you, my friend. By the way, I'm from Sweden. Oh, nice. A most sold car? Yes. Well, man, I'm so sad that Saab was destroyed by GM. It's so sad. I wish they didn't mess that one up. Because Saabs were cool cars. They had a very nice history. And unfortunately, they pretty much just killed it. Just like they killed the Oldsmobile. They killed other brands. What car am I using? I'm using the Cadillac CT5e here in the game, and the car here is, like Nick just said, it's a Volvo S60R. You love a Ford Escort, then the Focus. Dude, the Escorts were cool, especially the XR3. I have to stop and think because I'm used to saying in Portuguese, which is XR3. Escort XR3. So I have to kind of translate that into my head. XR3s. My dad owned an XR3. It was a white one, a 1990 Ford Escort XR3, and mine was a more simple one. I had the 1.0 engine, 1 liter engine, the 1995 Ford Escort. In Brazil, they called the Hobby. It was just a simple, like, oops. It was a simple car. Very simple, very basic. And brake. Nice. There you
All
go.
right, I'm
There.
back with some water. I had to get some water. Thirsty.
Oh, nice. Atlantis Oil. Hope you had a good vacation with the family. Where did you go? So I went to a few countries. I went to Germany. I visited Berlin, and then I visited Dresden and Kedlingberg. Those are the main cities I've been to in Germany. And then I flew over to Spain, and I got a car in Barcelona. I spent a few days there, and then I drove to Andorra, go to the mountains and snow. And then I drove through France and back to Barcelona. A lot of fun. What wheel am I using? Right now I'm using the Fanatec Clubsport DD 12 Newton meters, but I am upgrading my setup this year to a Moza. So Moza is going to be our new steering wheel for the year. They're sending over a base that should be here soon. So it'll require me to take this whole thing apart, and I'll make a video about this, obviously, and post it on my YouTube channel. So make sure you follow for that. Wasn't paying attention. You had the MK7 and then upgraded to MK1 Focus. I think the Focus is the spiritual descendant of the Escort, isn't it? But in a hatchback. Because they did have a hatchback Escort in Brazil, but it was very rare. I don't know if they had more over in the UK, but they had one in Brazil. I remember that. But you didn't see many of those on the road. You finally caught a crash? Oh man, I crash a lot. Especially when I'm live streaming. So, if you stick around, you're going to see me crashing all over. Well, if I'm playing BeamNG.drive, then it's going to be a crash fest, but yeah. It's fun to crash, and sometimes I do get scared, like, not scared, but it gives me a jump scare for a second, like, oh god. And you have to remember to take your hands off the wheel, because you can get hurt. The force feedback can break a finger if you're not careful. The replacement, yes, that's the word I was looking for. Yeah, the Focus is nice. The Neo Focus is pretty cool. They don't have it here in the US, and I saw it over when I was in Europe. It looked pretty cool, if I'm, honest. You need to upgrade your gaming wheels. My H shifter stopped working, so down to just the pedals. It sucks. Shadow, I understand what you're saying, man. And the problem is, not a problem, I think it's a cool thing that a lot of games like Assetto Corsa won't let you use a H pattern if the car is H pattern. Like this one is H pattern. If I put the stick shift, not the stick shift, the paddle shifter, it will not work on the other way around. So it's pretty sad. Do I play GTA 5? Yes, I do sometimes. Not on live streams, but I do. Oops. Yeah, there you go. Crashing again. I did get to almost a billion points during the live stream today, so there's that. So it looks real. XXX30. Thank you. Thank you, user. Well, I have to go. Flybrick, we'll be back. Thank you, Sebastian. I am super happy that you joined. Happy 2026. Hope to see you again, man. Do you feel the vibration and stuff on your seat? Yes, I do. So, Burger, I do have a butt kicker on my driver's seat here. And so that will... And I set it up so I just get the vibrations from the road, crashes, and the engine. I don't get like the apexes. If I had more, I could like have more feedback. But if you overload your butt kicker with, things, you're not going to feel anything. It's just going to vibrate a lot all the time. Amen to that, Sebastian. To all of us. ESPR, hello.
Now, Fly, what is your New Year's wish? Or whatever it is, your thing you want to do this year? Whatever the wish is.
I think on a creator like point of view, there's one thing that I'd like to be focusing on is on my YouTube channel. I'd love to end 2026 with 100,000 subscribers. I know it's a very
oh yeah, that'd be awesome.
The very hard goal, but maybe it's possible. I don't know.
I mean, if you hit
Sometimes,
50,000 by May, it's definitely possible.
yeah, and sometimes it just catches the wind. Like on my Instagram, I had about 2,000, 3,000 followers, and then I posted one video that changed it all. I had a time lapse of building this specific simulator when I changed it from a half simulator to a full width simulator. That video reached 5 million views in a few days, and that boosted my Instagram to 100,000 followers super quick. Same thing happened on my TikTok. So you never know when a video is going to be caught. One thing I'd like to compare the algorithm with, when you see a little plastic bag flying in the wind in the city, sometimes it'll fly forever just dragging on the ground, but eventually it'll catch some air between the buildings and you'll see it on the 40th floor of a building flying over. And that's how the algorithm kind of feels like to me. Sometimes you'll post a video that's awesome, but it's gonna just drag on the ground, and sometimes the wind will catch and it will go to 100,000, a million. I have a video with almost 30 million views on Instagram. That's my best.
Yeah, there is YouTube algorithm is definitely weird, but the issue I think more or less is you have to stay on top of it. So other content creators like Moist Critical or I can't think of others, but a lot of them that are big ones, Emiru, a lot of the VTubers, they stay on top of something that's viral and they copy those trends.
Yeah.
It's just because it's you stay relevant, you stay kind of in the front, and it's not even necessarily stealing from people. It's just, kind of copying what's a popular trend, and you kind of have to probably somewhat stay on top of that. But
yeah.
Callum, yes, it is a real dash from a Volvo S60R.
How much did the setup cost? About $700. Molotonin, about $700. You can find the tutorial on my YouTube channel. How did you make the working speedometer? So you are on my YouTube watching Muslim VR. If you go to my channel, check out the long format videos. You'll find the last video I posted a couple weeks ago, I think 3 weeks ago now. That was my how to get the speedometer working. And it's not a tutorial, like a step-by-step tutorial, but it's explaining the steps and the process. And there's a link to the tutorial to get this one working, which is made by a guy named Andy, and he's the one responsible for coding it and making it work. It must have been hours to build. Yes, sir. It took quite a while, Caleb. It takes quite a while. What's my PC specs? So the PC user is a 4090 with a 9950 X3D from AMD and 64 gigabytes of memory DDR5. So that's my...
Which is now $300 on the market.
Right. They got expensive. Yeah, I should have bought more and sell it.
DDR4 is now going for 120. I think I've seen 32 gig sticks going for 190, which is ridiculous.
That's crazy. What's my shifter, Elias? So the shifter here is a pretty simple one. Obviously, you're seeing the Volvo Spaceball. So this is exclusive to Volvos. And this was from my car, actually. I got a brand new trim, and I put the trim here from my car. But in any case, the shifter underneath here is a generic USB shifter. If you go to my videos on YouTube, you'll find a link to buy it. It's like $30-some on AliExpress. It's pretty cheap. It's not an expensive one. And it's the one with the metal box and 6-speed plus reverse. Wait, is that a 6 CD changer, Jemeriquat? Yes, sir. And amazingly, it works. All 6 CDs you can put here, and they all work. Pretty insane, if you ask me.
Thanks for the New Year's Eve for the 260 joules. Appreciate that, Sarah. Really appreciate that.
Oh, thank you. This is bullshit. Okay. You're entitled to your opinion, buddy. DDR5 RAM, 1,000, almost 800 for one. Jesus, really? I haven't been following up the prices. I bought mine. It was cheap. It wasn't dirt cheap, but it was cheap a few months ago. I think think I upgraded my computer around, I want to say around February, March this last year, 2025. So it wasn't expensive. The memory part wasn't. What was expensive was the GPU, but I got my 4090 when it was lower. So I paid $1,600 on my 4090, and then it shot up again to like 2,000, 2,200. How much is my setup, Bella Swanson? It's about $700 for the rig itself. Not obviously talking about the monitor or the TV in my case, or the PC. It's going up in price because of AI? Yeah, that's what I've heard. Which is crazy because I thought GPUs were going higher because of AI. Now they found out that memory is also necessary. Thank you, Nick. Yes, thank you, Sarah. Your parents have a Volvo XC90 2025. 2026. Those are cool. I like the new design. I just don't like the new iPad like screen in the center console. I don't know. I just feel it's so sloppy to just stick like a big screen there and call it a day. I don't know. Elias, what's my favorite car? You mean Volvo? My favorite Volvo is the S60R. I do have this car in my garage. It is by far my favorite. I do like the S60 T8 also, the 2022 that I have. But my S60R is, you know, the king of the hill. Wow, $5,000.
Thanks for the rose. Really appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you.
I don't think I see any other gifts. I think that's all
Happy
good. Yeah,
New
that's
Year,
everything.
Commander. There was one, I think, is a... No, it wasn't. No, that was the first. And then on YouTube, Nick talked about Sarah, and you thanked also. Yes, thank you guys for all the support. Don't forget to double tap to like the live stream. That is a lot of support for me already. I appreciate that. Yes, join the Discord, subscribe, do all the good stuff. If you want to follow and see the progress this year, we're going to be changing this to a Moza. So we're going to be taking the simulator apart sometime in January. I can streamline my process because my tutorial build already is ready for Moza. So that will be something that will require some adapting, but I should be able to get it fairly quickly. So I won't be able to live stream while I'm doing that, but I think it's going to be worth it. I'm making a video about that.
I'm just used. Yeah, no, this simulator's pretty freaking awesome, dude.
Thank you, man. Been meaning to ask, is your front screen an ultra wide screen or just a regular screen? It's just a regular TV. Here I can show you around. So this is a 65-inch TV, and that one is also a 65-inch. And on the left here, this is also a 65. So it's just a regular TV. It's a widescreen, but it's not ultra wide. The problem with ultra wides is that there's none that will cover the 54 inches of dashboard that I have here. 54 or 52 inches. Even though, you know, the widescreens can be like a 47 inch. I don't know what's the widest one. It's on the diagonal. So width-wise, it's not as far. And also, it's going to be pretty short. Usually monitors are not very tall. I don't mind wasting, like a lot of people, oh, you're wasting half of your space there with, you know, the ceiling of the car. Yeah, I don't mind that because it gives me the immersion. I see the black, I don't see the wall, if that makes any sense, because you can see the wall up here. But I can't. I'm wearing my hat, so my hat is literally blocking the wall from my point of view. How's the force feedback throughout the rig? Sorry, burger and fries. So the force feedback is 12 Newton meters on this Fanatec. This is the Clubsport DD with 12 Newton meters.
I could go for burger and fries. Anyways.
That'd be good. Yeah, I'm just getting hungry as well.
I love California cheeseburgers with the works, bro. Don't even get me started, bro. Lettuce, tomato, onions, pickles, extra mustard and mayonnaise. Oh, yum.
Why not Volvo? Why Volvo and not a BMW? Well, I like BMWs. Get this out of the way. I like them. I wouldn't own them. I do have a BMW Simulator X DDY, but I like Volvos. I've owned Volvos my whole life. My family has owned Volvos my whole life, and I've owned nine of them. And currently, I own 2. So I like Volvos. This is one of my cars, the Volvo S60R, 2005 with a 6-speed manual transmission and the navigation screen. I just think Volvos are better than BMWs. And I don't want to start a discussion if they're actually better for everybody. They're better for me, for my needs. They're better. So yeah, I think they're good. They're reliable. They're fast. They are good looking. And I know it's a preference thing, but I think they're good looking. But if I would rank the German cars, the first one would be BMW, second Mercedes, and then Audi. I'm not putting Porsches here because Porsches, to me, are more in the supercar category, not in the regular car category. But yeah, I'm just used. Yes, Volvos are very reliable. I agree, man. I never had any issues. The only issue I've had, and being totally transparent, my Volvo S60R right now, it's unable to drive because the rod bearings have spun. But it's not Volvo's fault. It's the previous owner's tuning settings that really destroyed the car, and I knew that when I bought it. I bought it because the body of the car is in perfect condition. There's no rust at all. It was a Florida car most of its life, and the interior is in pristine condition. So I'm okay with changing the engine this year in 2026 and getting not a brand new, but another 100,000 miles engine on it and get it back on the road. So yeah, what about Volkswagen? Dude, Volkswagens are cool. I never owned one, but I've driven a Golf a lot. My grandpa had a Golf, and in his late years, he had 2 cars in his late years: a BMW 3 Series and a Golf. Funny enough, a GTI Golf. My grandpa had. And I used to drive both of them for him because he was not driving on his final years. It was a very nice car. The one thing I never liked on Volkswagen, and Audi for that matter, is that their interior are very matter of fact. They're very functional, but they're very like German, like square, very, very conservative. Not minimalistic like in a Volvo kind of way, but very, I don't know how to explain. Very Das Auto, like they say. It was the Golf 2004, 2003. I don't know what generation that was, 5 or 4. I'm not very good with the MKs for Golfs. Were you driving when you blew up your Volvo? Kristers, when I bought the car, the rod bearings were knocking already. So what I did was I changed the rod bearings. The camshaft was pretty good. It wasn't like obviously scratched, but I knew it was just going to be a temporary thing, and it was. It lasted about a year and a half, maybe about 8,000 miles, 5,000 miles. And then one day last year, I think it was like February, March last year, I was driving, coming back from a biking exercise, and I started hearing the very loud knock. So the bearings had left the chat. So yes, I was driving when it happened, and now it's parked. Still runs, but not advisable, obviously, to run it. The only thing wrong with Volkswagen are the suspension. They're very stiff, aren't they? I mean, the whole Volkswagen thing is very stiff. Like, I remember the seat, especially moving from, at the time, I had a Chevrolet Omega when my grandpa had those 2 cars. And I remember moving from one car to another and feeling that the Golf was very stiff. Very stiff. How many kilometers had the Volvo before it started making that sound? I don't know when it started. My Volvo S60R had 108,000 miles when I bought it. But the guy put a 2.5 stage on it, and he changed the math. He changed the turbo. It's a legless turbo. He changed the flywheel on the clutch. What else? He did change a lot of things. The tune, the mapping. So the car was producing roughly around 500 horsepower. And he didn't do like a lot of actual engine parts improvements for that. So that kind of took its toll. So it's not Volvo. I haven't heard of any other Volvo in the community. Here in Tampa Bay, I'm very active in the Volvo community. I haven't heard of a single Volvo S60R having rod bearings problems. What you do here is Volvo S60Rs, the head will crack, because the way Volvo achieved more horsepower with the R was by thinning out the head cylinder. And that causes the head to crack sometimes. So a lot of people will say, like, if you want the most reliable engine for Volvo S60Rs, that will be the T5 engine, because that won't happen on the T5. It will happen on the R, not on the T5 version. Oh, I see. If I was tuned, there's no point of blaming the car. Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's why I don't blame the reliability of the car, because as soon as you tune the car, that goes out the window. Like all the buffer the manufacturer puts there for safety and reliability is out the window, because that's the point of tuning. You get more horsepower out of, you know, whatever you have. So the guy did that, and, you know, fair game. A lot of people like to tune, so it just didn't like it. The car didn't like it. Over here in Scotland, there isn't that many new Volvos. We usually just see the 2009 to 2014. So the P3s, right? Yeah, the P3s were very popular for a while. Here in the States, they're also still very common to see out on the road. Lorenzo, thanks for the tutorial. I made my simulator thanks to some pieces. Oh, dude, that's amazing. A Ferrari? Oh, Lorenzo, dude, please join my Discord and share those pictures. I'd love to see a Ferrari simulator, man. I'd love to see that.
Also, everybody over on YouTube, I really appreciate it if you hit that like button, bro. Smash that like button, bro. Like how Fly here crashes into the wall sometimes.
Yeah.
Just really give it a good swing. If everybody hits the like button over there on YouTube, you'll really be helping out Flybrick, because his goal is to really want to be able to share to the community what he's able of doing. So.
What car am I driving? NCO 114S. So I'm driving the Cadillac CT5V. Here, let me put on. Why is it not going? Am I not on the screen? There we go. So the Cadillac CT5V, and I have the little thing here. Let me move that away. So yeah, beautiful car. I love it. I'm biased. I'm very biased towards this car.
I think Cadillacs in matte black, though, look really good.
Yeah, I thought about making mine matte black, but I don't know. I like the shine so far, but I do appreciate the black ones that are matte. Yeah, I like the new front end that mine has with a continuous headlight here. Yeah. I wish the mod here had the same wheel that I have. But it's okay. It's a cool car anyways. That V there, oh. What's your Discord link? Oh, it's right there. I think Nick just posted. Thank you, Nick. Oh, thank you for the gifts. Thank you. Oh, I missed that one on TikTok. Thank you, NCO. Thank you for the GGs. Happy New Year to you too, man. Thank you for the roses. Let me see. What would I recommend? If I would buy a Volvo diesel, something that doesn't break, what would you recommend me? So it depends on your budget. The P2 platform is bulletproof on the diesel. In full disclosure here in the United States, we don't have a lot of diesel cars. So diesels are a little bit foreign to me, especially because I'm Brazilian born and I live in the United States. Both countries have zero tradition with diesel engines for cars, just for trucks. But from what I've heard, the P2 platform has a very good, solid diesel engine. I don't know much about the P3 platform, the Ford era Volvo, and So I would recommend the P2 if you're, you know, looking for a Volvo that is super reliable and it's built like a tank. Get the 2005 forward, not the 2004. The ECUs on the 2004 are prone for rusting if the car lived outside for much of its life. So you'd be careful with that. XC90 D5 diesel, that's a good one also. I think we're gonna go to Nordschleife a little bit. Let's go for a lap in Nordschleife, shall we? Let's go to Nordschleife. I missed it. And what time is it? 10:08. Yeah, I'll live stream for about a half an hour more, maybe close to 2 hours. And today I'm gonna go to my parents' house for a New Year lunch.
Oh, that sounds fun.
My dad bought a super cool car. My dad has Volvos since 1992, and he bought a Mercedes E53 AMG that is just beautiful. I drove it a couple weeks ago before we went on our trip. Oh man, 600 horsepower. That thing flies. Pretty cool car. First non-Volvo car he owns in over 2 decades. Oh, nice. You're from Germany. I was in Germany last week. I was in Berlin, Dresden, and Kedlingberg. I loved it. Didn't learn much German, but I really tried. I promise I tried. At least the numbers. Eins, zwei, drei, vier, fünf, six, sieben, eight, ninth, and I forgot. Zin, the 10, right? Bom dia, Atlantis. 8 da manhã pra você, mano. Cedo. Onde é que você tá, cara? Tá no Central? Did you enjoy the Autobahn? I loved it, dude. I was driving a Mercedes Vito. So, not the fastest car around the block. And the rental company limited to 190 kilometers an hour. But man, driving 190 kilometers an hour, passing through police cars that were driving like 170 kilometers an hour. That was so cool. Like, so liberating. It's just the kind of stuff you go like, really? I'm just passing through a police car and they don't care because it's all legal. That was so cool. And another thing that I loved about Germany was how people are so respectful of the left lane. The left lane is sacred there. Like, literally, you'd be driving in the center lane, and people on the center lane would drive to the right lane to let you pass on the center lane. This never happens here in Florida. I joke around saying here in Florida, the best kept secret in Florida is the right lane, the slow lane. Because the slow lane is always empty because everybody is just camping out on the left lane. So you just drive fast on the left and on the right. And I'll tell you something. I didn't see a single car passing on the right. That was so cool. That was so cool. I loved it. Yes, no, next time I want to go to Nordschleife. And I hope to get something without a limiter. Definitely. So let's go here in Nordschleife. And we're in Germany now. Let's put the track here on my CarPlay. And I think the exit... Yes, the track is right here. But we're driving... I'm going to remove the point system here. We don't need the points. We're driving in the winter here in Nordschleife.
But I also, one of the things that I really appreciate about Germans is of how expressive they are.
I was looking at something else.
I know a friend of mine who's like a German, really cool dude. But I forget how the joke goes, but it's something along the lines of like how Germans are in cartoons, like how they sneeze. It's Achtung.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
It sounds like they're angry, but I really like the language. If I would choose a language to learn, other than Portuguese and English that I speak right now, it would definitely be German.
Believe it or not, actually, German is one of the most easiest languages to learn. Like, it's a very easy. It's like programming, like Java is like the easiest because it's so simple. You can get through like a 6-month course in like a month and a half. So yeah, it's German is from what I understand in retrospect to like Japanese or Korean or a lot of other languages. German is like much when it comes to English to German translation. It's a lot easier than with Japanese or Korean or Chinese. Where it's
yeah, definitely. Does the radio still work? Yes, it does. AM, FM, 6 CD changer, and audio from the computer. And yes, it does work. You can literally lose your license if you pass from the right. Wow. Yeah, I love that. I hate people passing on the right, but if you're here in America, if you're ever here, don't worry about it. People do it all the time. And I noticed that was different in Spain and France as well. People were passing on the right. They didn't really care. But in Germany, oh man, so much respect. The left lane is sacred. And I think that is amazing. You Germans, you guys know about cars, you respect cars, and I love that. I loved it. I am definitely down to go back to Germany. I want to go to Nordschleife one day and drive there. Obviously, I'm not going to, go too fast because one thing is driving fast on a simulator. I can crash, I can do overs, not in real life, but I am super, super excited to be there one day.
Now, I'm not like a car guy. I don't know a lot about cars. I'm not like a brilliant genius. But because I'm autistic, little side note about me, I'm into trains. So like I love public transit. Germany has one of the biggest open public transit systems that I'm just so fascinated with. And also their streets. How people get around, how people like 40% of people use bikes, which is just insane.
Yes. I noticed that. And I took the train in Berlin a lot and the bus. Beautiful system, super organized, super fast and efficient. Obviously, I was on a week of the Christmas week, so it was not too crowded. It was very nice. And another thing that I noticed is, so when we bought the tickets for the tourist pass, like the 72 hours, you can just go on whatever you want to go on the train. They don't check it. You go inside the train and they don't, they just trust you bought it. Like, that's amazing.
Hey, NCO, thanks for the game controller, man. I really appreciate that, man.
Yeah, no, in the US, nobody would allow. Yeah, the left lane is awful in the US because people just think, oh, I am a fast car. I should be, therefore, in the left lane, which is not at all how it works. This is a passing lane.
Trying to pass me in the left lane, them's fighting words.
I get really upset because people don't understand the concept of a left lane for passing. You can still drive fast on the center lane. Just go to the left if you want to pass somebody that's on the left, on the center, or on the right lane. It's so simple. But thank you, NCO, for the game controller, man. Thank you, man. It's really appreciated. All the support. And I don't know what's happening to my YouTube channel, guys. So if you are there right now, please double tap to like. We need to get the algorithm going again. After my vacation period, I think my algorithm just kind of got messed up a little bit. So we need to train it again.
If everybody hits the like button on YouTube right now, it'll even if it's just 10 likes, like y'all understand that like it really helps him out. Even if you can't donate or talk too much, just hitting the like button is more than enough for Fly.
Is the foot camera new? No, it's actually, I've been here before. I just use it on the track when I'm on the track because it doesn't make a lot of sense to put it on the truck, for instance. I'm not doing toe and heel on the truck. And also, like if I'm driving in Shuto Expressway, it doesn't make a lot of sense for me to be like, showing that. I'm so used to doing the toe and heel that I will do this in Shutoku also. But here it makes more sense.
Thanks for the heart there, Bogdan. Or Bogdan, I don't know how to say that.
Yeah, I'm awful with the names and I usually butcher them, so I apologize in advance for everybody that I butchered. I miss Nordschleife. I like driving here.
You said this was one of your favorite tracks, right?
Yeah, it is by far my favorite track. I like Imola and I like Interlagos in Brazil. But Nordschleife, it's just beautiful. The only thing with Assetto Corsa... Sorry, go ahead.
Cascadita, I don't know how... Cowboy says, wait, is your high beam indicator your shift lights?
Yes, sir, it is. I'm glad you noticed it. Yeah, for Assetto Corsa, the high beam turns into a shift indicator light. And for American Truck Simulator and BeamNG, it works just like a high beam. So you can change to whatever you want.
I think also as well, I think a car should have, to some degree, go back to, what is it, like a very analog style. Like, if someone in the future makes a, like, new car, like a 2026 or 2027, like, retro style car, like a retro style dash, I think that would really blow up with people that are vintage retro.
Yeah, the analog gauges have a charm to them. Especially if you consider that, you know, like their time span was with the CAN bus and stuff was just like 2 decades, around. Oh, I forgot that I'm on the I'm on the tour start. What do you think of the game Forza Horizon 5? I love it. The only problem I have with Forza Horizon is that I can't fix the view, the camera. The camera on Forza Horizon is stuck to whatever they think it should be. And that is a big issue for me. Because as you can see here, I don't need to see the other, like the car's dashboard here in the game. It's irrelevant for me because I do have a real car dashboard here. And I need to be able to move the camera around. So I have the, onto my side, on my right side, you can see here my rear view mirror is on the right place. So in Forza Horizon, I cannot do that. Oddhur, yes sir, the GPS works with SimHub. So if you want to download that, there's a tutorial on my YouTube channel, and you can download my Apple CarPlay to your computer and use it to play whatever game you want to play. Even like American Truck Simulator, Euro Truck Simulator, it works on all of them. And I have a little issue here sometimes with I have to fix it. I have a 3D printed little thing here that holds the shifter in the center, and it's coming off sometimes more and more often when I'm shifting like more vigorously. So I have to reprint another one and maybe put a little gasket there so it stays there.
Well,
that's a problem.
With a certain person you might be getting in contact with, that might be possible. Would you think?
Yeah, absolutely. Although that's more for PCBs, right?
Well, no, they do 3D printing.
They do? Yeah, I do have a few 3D printers here, so I can do small stuff. I have 4 3D printers. I love 3D printing.
They do 3D prints, CNCs, and motherboard stuff.
Nice. Bro, do you remember me? I'm from India. I know you're from Brazil. I said your English is very good, and also said that my favorite Brazilian football player is Neymar. I also went to Brasilia. Yes, I remember you, man. You went to Brasilia. I remember that part. I didn't remember the other ones. I'm sorry. Welcome back, man. Happy 2026 to you.
There's a song that hit me in the face when it came to like me feeling old, but the certain song is turning 25, I think, next month.
What song is?
Tried so hard and got so far,
25 already?
It doesn't even matter.
You missed 2025 already? Oh man, it's just a day away. What's the best car game in my opinion? Oh man, that's a tricky question, dude. So I don't think there's a one game that will have it all. I think the game now that's ahead of its time, and it's super underrated in the community, is the BeamNG.drive. I think their effort in trying to get all the little details and everything working is astonishing with the game. The crash physics, the soft body, everything. It's so amazing. Then I think also Assetto Corsa Evolution is on the right track. Automobilista too has been crazy working on improvements and stuff. I think they're also very good game. iRacing is a classic. I think for online racing, there's nothing better. I don't like their method of charging, but like it is what it is. I think if you're more into like online racing and you want to take it seriously, iRacing is the best place to be. Don, thank you, man. Where's the red line, bro? No worries if you sent 2 messages. So the red line here is there's a delay. You'll notice that as the RPMs are rising, it will reach the high beams will turn on before we reach the red line, and this is because the Volvo RPM needle is configured to go at a certain speed to the top. It can't go any faster. So the RPMs are going too fast for the needle of the car, of the gauge cluster. So that's why there's an imbalance there. But you just learn to live with that. You're making you feel old, and you're 25, dude. I'm 44. Talk about old. Macaulay Culkin is also 45. 28. Can you redline, please? I've been redlining a lot, man. Oh, there you go. Assetto Corsa or Forza Horizon, bro? By the way, how much did you spend on your setup? I think the question is. So, absolutely, Assetto Corsa. Forza Horizon is a great game, but it's a very arcadey. Looks great, but not even close to Assetto Corsa, in my opinion. Then, how much did the setup cost? About $700, $300 in car parts, and another $400 in hardware. Obviously, I'm not talking about the TV, the PC, that kind of stuff.
I don't know if I'll ever put money down on a first car. I mean, granted, though, I know that Toyota Camrys or Hondas are going to probably be the best because a lot of the parts out there and they're easy to replace. But granted, if I want to actually like a good, like old legit car, retired, probably be like a 60 grand Crown Vic.
That's crazy.
I love Crown Vics, bro.
I think they're cool.
I think the late 90s Crown Vics, I think the early 2000s Chevy Impalas, a lot of the police car units, they're just so nice.
Yeah, I like police cars as well. I'm especially fond of the 80s square, headlights.
Oh, the blocky ones? Yeah. What is it? It was the I think a Mustang that was the one of the CHP units in the 80s, which was pretty freaking nice.
Yeah.
They had one of those really nice Mustang vehicles. I think what is it? Texas. Their Ford F-150s are really nice with their the police upgrades that they get, the suspension and the brakes and whatnot. Really nice looking.
Yeah.
I just can't wait for the day that like when they start doing like off-roading or like actual game protection, that they start moving over to Raptors. I'm gonna laugh so damn hard.
See you later, our news. See you later, man. And Happy New Year to you too, the random. Let's try to keep it PG, man, but thank you for your enthusiasm.
Who, me?
Oh, not you, the random guy. He was very excited when saying Happy New Year.
Oh my god.
Cyrus Roblox, are you going to try to put the horn in the middle of the wheel, or is it not possible? It's possible, Cyrus. I must admit, I spent quite a little bit of time thinking about a solution to get the horn working in the center. And most of my ideas were revolving around 3D printing. Because I could, like get a little, or just a button, like to when you press it in the center, I'd have to 3D print something, because here you can see that there's nothing here. So I'd have to 3D print something that will come from here and touch something in there, just like the original one does. But because of the airbag removal, the meat that was here before, it's not here anymore. So you can't just do that easily. But yes, I spent quite a bit of time thinking about that, and in the end, I just thought, well, you know what? I'm okay with having the horn on the stock, on the turn stock. It's on the stock right now, so I'm hitting the horn. And in some cars, to be fair, the horn is on the turn stock, on the button on the turn stock. So, yeah. Your dashboard has a delay. Is that normal? Yes, it does have a delay. That is normal. For two reasons it has a delay. One is the game. And the second reason is the Volvo programming for the servo motor to turn is just made for a Volvo engine. It's not made to go as fast as it goes in the game to 8,000 RPMs. So it needs to do a little bit of a catch-up in order to get there. Green screen cyber. No, it's a triple 4K TV set here, as you can see here. Oops, put the wrong gear as I'm trying to get the camera to move around. What's my time on the track? So with this car, this is the let me stop here so I don't crash it. This is the Honda Civic Type R. My best time here is right here on the bottom, 6 minutes, 8 seconds, and 7. So today I've been doing like 6:30, 6:20, because I'm not really focusing. I'm just like kind of driving with you guys and trying to read the chat and all of that. That will kind of... What did you pay for the Volvo R speedometer? Sean, I was very lucky to find it on the Junkyard. But this was like $15, $10. They don't charge by the model. They don't care if it's an R, if it's whatever. They will charge you for the speedometer. A speedometer costs $15. It can be a BMW, it can be a Volkswagen, a Volvo S60R, or a Volvo S60. What happens if you go over 160 JSEC? So what happens is exactly the same that it would happen in a car. If you tune it and it goes faster than your top speed on the speedometer, it'll just get stuck at 160. And you'll be able to see that if I can, I'll show you in a second. There's a little bit of a straight there, and I think we're gonna hit 160. Let's get there.
Thanks, guys, for all the likes over there on YouTube. Really appreciate that, though. Glad we could all hit that like button, because it definitely is what Flybrick needs.
How much does the simulator cost? About $700 in car parts and hardware. Yeah, the delay is more noticeable here. I'm sorry?
Steve says Happy New Year.
Oh, Happy New Year, Steve. Yeah, the delay here, AB, is more noticeable because of this car. The Cadillac that I was driving before is not so noticeable. The Honda Type R here goes too high, too fast. I think it's not even realistic to real life. So you notice more. And I think we're going to hit 160 miles an hour here in just a second. So you're going to see it just get stuck in there. So there you go. That's the top speed. So we're at 180 miles an hour. And it just gets stuck there. It's frosty. Yeah, they closed the track for the year, for the winter. I've been granted privileges to drive here by myself. On this beautiful day here in Germany. Oh, thank you, man. Happy New Year to you too, man. Ooh, missed a gear there. Guys didn't see that. Just smile and wave.
What are you using for the wheelbase? I think he says what, Fanatec, right?
Yes, right now is a Fanatec Clubsport DD with 12 Newton meters, but we're gonna upgrade it to Moza really soon.
Alvard, if you're talking about the entire setup, 700 is for the overall kind of physical aesthetic. Wood, carpet, mechanical stuff, wiring, gauge clusters, etc. If we're talking PC, yeah, it's probably closer to 10 grand.
Yeah. PC, TVs, they add up fast. The PC alone now, it's very expensive, even if, you know, used already. It's a 4090 with a 9950 X3D and 64 DDR5. So, yeah, especially now that we got more expensive. What is my PC specs? Oh, I ended up just answering that without seeing your message more. And I think we just hit 2 hours, so we're going to finish this lap, and I will get ready for my New Year's lunch with my parents. I have to drive all the way to Orlando. They live there in Orlando. I'm in Tampa. And we're going to take the Caddy today. I want to drive the Cadillac a little more. We usually travel with the minivan with the family, but I miss my Cadillac. It moves when I turn, Cyrus, but not very well. I'd say on American Truck Simulator, it moves a little better. The dices will be hanging on the screen and dangling. It looks pretty cool because it gives that impression that it's actually moving. Other than the fact, if you pay attention, it's dangling behind the navigation, right? But this would not be realistic. It would be dangling here, right? Because the rear view mirror would be in front of it. But, you know.
Yeah,
Oh, really? Right, just as YouTube is picking up? Oh, man. I tell you, like, they listen, Nick. Sometimes they're just listening and waiting when you say, oh, you know what? I'm about to end the live stream.
Boom, 85 plus people now.
Yeah. Yeah, hey guys. Welcome to the live stream. Let me go outside the car here. Yeah, this is the Honda Civic Type R. Pretty cool car. Pretty unrealistic configuration for the track here, if I'm honest. It goes too fast. How did you get the navigation to work, Charlie? So there is a tutorial on my YouTube channel. You're more than welcome to check it out and download my navigation. It's available there. It's an Apple CarPlay. You can see here that it has different screens with PC information, the track, which I was just a minute ago. Also have like other track information, car information, like turbo. Is this a turbo car? Yeah. So you can see the turbo pressure kind of moving up there. You can see the water temperature, the oil pressure, oil temperature, the current trip, which is the lap thing, how many laps the fuel remaining. Here in this case, we're in Nordschleife, so it has about 19,000 meters long track. The tire information. I also have, if I'm driving on like a race, this would be the race standing. So yeah, there's a bunch of information here, and the music, obviously, that I'm not playing today because, we have a guest with us today, and it'll be just too much noise. Can the app work on Forza with these? Yes, it can, Anwar. So SimHub works with several games. In fact, let me pull it up for you. And I don't even have all of them here, but there's a huge list of games that SimHub will allow you to play with. Here's just a few. Assetto Corsa Rally, Project Motor Racing, WRC, Rapfest, X-Plane, Assetto Corsa Evo, F1, all years of F1, Flight Simulator, Dirt Rally, American Truck, Assetto Corsa. There's, like, you can see. Just here, the list is big, but I removed most of them. Games. Here. This is the list of games that works with SimHub. And you can see that most of them are turned off because I don't need to see that huge of a list. Forza Horizon 4 and so on. There's so many games. I'd guess maybe 40 games here in this list. Quite a few, actually. And Forza Horizon 5 is right here.
Yeah, just another reminder, guys. If you really like what he's doing, stop on by. Nick has dropped the link tree. Hop into the Discord, guys. Come in, talk to the community. Everybody's super friendly. We all kind of get together and talk about cars and really, really cool stuff. So If you like it or want to talk to Fly personally or reach out to him and really get to know the dude, come into the Discord, talk to us, really engage because we're all about being open about this.
Yeah. Some of the questions, is it free? Yes, Anwar, this is free. You can pay. I pay for it, so you get a better refresh rate. It goes from 30 to 60, and also to support. It's an amazing app. Candy, is it very hard to build a setup like that? I want to make one myself. Daniel, it's your lucky day, because on my YouTube channel, I do have a tutorial, 45-minute long tutorial, teaching step-by-step how to build this. Please just don't spam the chat. I see you're spamming the chat. That makes it harder for me to answer questions, so don't do that. Can the app work on BeamNG? Yes, sir. It works on BeamNG as well. Right here, BeamNG is one of the supported apps. Does your setup take a lot of space, Fabian? Yes, it does. Especially with the triple TV setup, it does take a lot of space here. You can kind of see here. If you watch my videos, any of my videos on TikTok or YouTube, you'll be able to see. I usually start with an open shot of the simulator, so you can kind of see what it is. So yeah, it takes quite a bit of space, if I'm honest.
Florian, thank you for the heart, bud.
Oh, thank you. And Bogdan also sent a heart that I missed. I don't know if it's still here. Matt, chill, dude. I'm answering questions. This is Makoto. He is our moderator alongside with Nick, and he helped me build the Discord. Let me see what else. What is SimHub? This app here is SimHub. SimHub is responsible for what you see here on the screen, and also making the gauges work. It captures the data from the game and sends it over to whatever you want to send it over to. Here you can see on the available properties, for instance, if I put game-specific properties and I come here to the game area, let me do that as game. So let's put here, just type down RPMs, for instance, RPM. So you'll now see the RPMs, and let me move you guys a little closer so you can see what I'm talking about.
Also, if you guys can't click the link tree to get into the server, I do have set up a shortened link, and that is dsc.gg/flybrick. All that, you put that in your browser or in a link on your phone, it opens the Discord right away. You'll join right in.
Yes, and here for SimHub, you can kind of see here. So the car is on, and I can accelerate. If you pay attention to RPMs here, it's changing the number. It's quite small, I know that, but number is going like the highest RPM here for this car is like 8,000, close to mine, and this also shows the RPM. This is the max RPMs, and so on. There's a bunch of information here. You can get any kind of information from the game and then send it over. Thank you, Giant. Move the car. Take it easy. 600 MSSS. I've been here for about 2 hours. I'm ending the live stream, in fact. That's what I usually do at the end of live streams. I just like to answer a few questions and just, get things acclimated. Oh, there's a very frequent question. Nobody asked today, but I'm going to answer anyways. How do you do when you're driving a right-hand side car? Nothing. I just drive. See? I bet you guys didn't even notice that I'm zoomed out. But I bet you guys didn't even notice that this Honda Civic here was, in fact, a right-hand side drive. This is a Japanese spec of the Honda Civic. So you don't even tell. Now, the only thing you can tell that this is a right-hand side is when you use the wiper. See how it's going on the other side? Oh no, actually, this one is on the right side. Because on the Subaru, on the Impreza and WRX, it goes on the other side. All right, guys, we're reaching the end of our live stream today. I am very thankful for all of you guys watching. Please don't forget to double tap to like, to subscribe, to all that good stuff. I'll be here tomorrow. Tomorrow morning, we're probably going to be driving an American Truck Simulator. Tomorrow's Friday. It's American Truck Simulator Day. And how can you get it set up? Please don't spam the chat. You can check out my tutorial on my channel.
Yeah, Halvard, just check out YouTube. If you click on Flybrick's TikTok bio, you will see there's a link tree. Head over to his YouTube. He's actually got a bunch of tutorials. Check it out. Subscribe to the channel. It'll help him out as well, but you'll get a lot of the really cool long-form content that'll show you kind of what he's doing with this setup along with the one in his garage.
Yes, absolutely. And we're going to be working on the Cadillac steering wheel, which is right here. My Cadillac CT5V steering wheel. It's going to be working on Moza very soon. So we're going to put a quick release in the back. We're going to put a ESP32 in here. We're going to make all the buttons work. I'm going to make a tutorial for that as well. We do have a tutorial already for the Fanatec. We're going to have one for the Moza, which will be my new ecosystem for 2026. Very much looking forward to that. Also, I want to give a shout out, and you guys are going to see, but there's a company called Zen Carbon. They're sending over the horn here, the airbag cover. Pretty cool, hand-stitched in leather for the Cadillac. They're sending it over, and it's going to be super cool. All right, guys, I really thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate all of the support. I hope to see you guys tomorrow. And we will be also live streaming on the weekend, I hope. So stay tuned for that. Maybe BeamNG on Saturday. It's been a while since I streamed BeamNG. Nick, thank you so much for joining again. Napa Bright, you changed your name so much, man. I don't even know who you are anymore.
It's YouTube's comment system. It used to be Makoto, but now they're going by ats, which is weird.
Yeah.
I don't know how to fix that.
I don't know either. I've heard about that. Mr. Sune, hola. Yeah, we're almost ending. But in any case, we'll be talking more tomorrow. And I really appreciate all of you guys' support. Thank you once again, guys, for helping moderate. Thank you, Makoto, for being here with me. And we'll see you on the next, guys. Stay tuned.